If you guys are anxious watching this video, I am honestly praying for you guys. Like everyone who watches this video and is anxious about college admissions and really wants to get into a good school. I can give my thoughts on Cornell and the Ivy League another day. They're not really that positive though, but I just want to let you know that everything will be okay. And as heavy and as big of a decision and as important as it feels right now, no matter what school you go to, you can excel and be great wherever you are and end up where you want to end up. I'm being so real with you, like I was where you were 2 years ago. Hey guys. So actually I already filmed this, but the video got deleted. Okay, wait, I said that wrong. Basically, I started filming this on my phone, and it was going pretty well until my phone ran out of storage. I'm just refilming on my iPad now. But I tried to like adjust the quality, so hopefully this is good, guys. Let me know. But I'm just gonna redo the intro and everything. So hi guys, my name is Deborah if you don't know me, and I'm currently a rising sophomore at Cornell. So I was accepted last year, oh my gosh, okay, so now I guess like 2 years ago I was accepted. But my acceptance letter like April of 2025, so last year. So like last year, you know, it's like not this last cycle. But please don't click off the video, still useful, trust. So basically what's kind of funny is I didn't only have one college essay, but I actually had like 3 or 4, and I submitted different ones to different schools based off of my major because I applied to different majors, and also kind of what I wanted to show them. I thought most of the essays were like pretty good in my own opinion, so I was okay with submitting different things to different schools. But I primarily submitted this one essay, which I'll explain the topic of soon. But to Cornell, I actually don't remember if I submitted that essay or another one. So I'm gonna read you guys both. That's why essays plural is in the title. And I really did try to check like which one I submitted. I logged into my old Common App account to check, but for some reason everything was deleted and I can't even see anything anymore. So basically, these 2 essays I submitted to most of the schools I applied to, so like most of the programs I was also accepted to. The first one's about gymnastics, and the next one, or the second one, is about the school record that I broke. A school record I broke on the track team. So yeah, those are the topics. Before I get started reading, I just really want to give a word of advice to you guys. If you're like a rising senior in high school and you're preparing for college applications, my biggest piece of advice for writing a college essay wouldn't be to like copy what I wrote exactly or like the same format or anything like that, but really my focus in writing these, and the reason why I think they kind of turned out hopefully kind of good, I don't know, you guys can let me know your opinions in the comments for sure. But the thing that I cared about the most was really just being honest and showcasing myself through what I said. I've always liked English and writing, so I feel like the writing part wasn't too hard, but what was really my goal was just showing who I truly was and what I truly wanted in life and like my interests and stuff like that. But you'll probably see like all the themes of just like wanting to serve other people and hoping in God and stuff like that, because that is who I truly am and that's what I want to show to colleges. So hopefully this video is helpful to you guys, and if you guys want me to make more college content, definitely let me know. There's a plane passing over my house. I don't know if you guys can hear. But yeah, okay. Now that we have all that settled, so we'll start with the gymnastics one. I think this is the one I submitted, but honestly, there's like a 55% chance that I did. But I'm going to be reading you guys both essays today, so don't worry. By the way, my laptop is right here. This is what I'll be reading off of. Here, let me actually just show you guys. This is what the doc actually looks like. There's like still some edits on it, but right below it, for some reason I just like to keep like every copy of something I write. I don't know why. But right below it is like the fully furnished one, or like the newest version that I was actually submitting to schools. So I'll read you guys that version. By the way, the word count on this is 647, so I was pushing it, but hey, we made it. Okay, so the prompt is after the plane passes. Recount a time when you faced a failure. How did it affect you, and what did you learn from the experience? So I'll just be reading off my laptop. This is my first video like this, so it's kind of like, I don't know really know what to do. I'm just reading to you guys. Okay, grab a cup of coffee or tea, whatever you like, some matcha if you're performative, and we'll get started. It has a title, but let me talk about this after so we can get to the essay, sorry. Walk into the cool and refreshing air. Enjoy the sounds of floorboards springing as young girls throw and twist their bodies about and land perfectly on 2 feet. I'm 7 years old again, and gymnastics is my life, my passion, and my biggest enemy. While I love the sport, I couldn't stomach the rigidity of the classes or my coach. Every move had to be sharp and every toe pointed. As a child only looking to do well, this was the first time in my life I experienced pressure and the weight of responsibility. It wasn't fun, but at the same time it definitely was. I love gymnastics with all my heart, and I still do. However, I ended up quitting and leaving my gym under the massive burden. But here's the thing. I'm not the same little girl that cried when her coach yelled at her, telling her she'd amount to nothing because she couldn't do a back handspring. For one, I now know how to do a back handspring. Whoa. Okay, I think I actually submitted the lol. Isn't that kind of funny? I don't even remember. But anyways, continuing. But further than that, I now know grit and endurance and hope. These are the things that drive me, and I'll tell you why. Grit. It's easy to give up when you don't have a goal or even an actual reason for pursuing whatever it is you're pursuing. At 7 years old, my character wasn't rooted in much. I loved my friends and family and cared about what they thought, and I liked having fun and making people laugh. My reason for doing and continuing gymnastics was because it was fun for me. So the issue was that as soon as the sport and environment stopped appearing as a pleasure, I left the gym. Now at 17, I've learned a lot more about the world around me and how it works. Not everything that's worth putting my time into will be my preferred choice of leisure. Running, studying, and doing chores are just a few examples. These are all things I do relatively often, even though they're not necessarily my favorite pastimes. I understand now that I shouldn't only do fruitful things and persist in them because I'll always feel good, but because I know that they are constructive. Endurance. At this point, I've faced much larger challenges than a strict gymnastics gym. For me having to get an MRI because doctors didn't know why I was facing severe health issues, to me giving ad hoc speeches to large crowds of people, I've realized the same challenges and situations that I like to immediately run away from are the exact places where I learn and grow the most. Whether one is attempting to brave a tough situation for years or just a couple minutes, understanding the importance of endurance is key to succeeding in any task or endeavor. The Holy Bible puts this concept beautifully. Not only that do Christians rejoice in hope, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has been given to us. Oh my gosh. Why do I feel like I'm reading to a class? This is so much reading. Wow. As a follower of Christ, I take this teaching in the book of Romans to heart. Quote, while I'm just one person with limited capabilities, I'm also one person with actions that have an impact. My identity is now rooted in Christ and the unchanging rather than what people think of me and other fleeting details that don't even accurately define me. My biggest challenge is no longer hurling myself backward while attempting to have perfect form on the spring floor. But what I learned from my experience with that challenge will never leave me. Everyone faces responsibilities and obstacles, but not everyone is always prepared to deal with them. I am. Throughout my life, I've started to understand more and more the importance of persistence through difficulties and finding the light along the way. And now I know very well that these ideals will help me toward my success in university. Bro, I read the wrong essay. Anyways, I'm gonna read the other essay and then I'll come back to reading the updated version of this one. But it's gonna basically be the same thing. Like, if some parts of that sounded unfurnished or kind of like abrupt or anything, or even weird, that's probably what was changed in the most recent version. Okay, so my next essay is, like I said, about setting a school record in track and field, in triple jump actually, which is a funny story which you guys will hear in the essay. I hope this video is enjoyable for you guys, even though it's kind of going not too good. Okay, so this next one doesn't have a title like the other one. The other one's title, by the way, was Fickle Traits and Lasting Weights. This is what the doc looks like, by the way. This one is like my final copy that I just put onto a separate doc. Actions speak louder than words. Though deeply valuing this quote and what it means for my interactions with others, it took a particular experience to realize how this adage actually applies to my perception of myself. Whether it's trying tteokbokki for the first time, I'm so sorry if I butchered that, which was delicious, or solving a trigonometry problem in a different manner, I've almost never veered away from experimenting with new things. Because of this, when my coach asked the track team if anyone was interested in trying the triple jump event during practice, I was quick to volunteer even though I knew nothing about the activity. For a couple attempts at trying the first hop in triple jump, a difficult move where after jumping forward off one leg, you again have to land on that same leg. I didn't feel too good about this new feat, pun intended. Cause like feet, you know. I'm not always making jokes in these. Yo, somebody has to tell me like I'm not that funny. Okay. Chalked up the experience as a new lesson that was fun to do and didn't think about it much afterwards. Correction, I didn't think much about it until later at a pre-meet practice when my coach mentioned that she entered me to compete as a triple jumper the next day. Nervous but wanting to do my best, I did what any reasonable athlete would do. I watched YouTube videos on triple jumping until I fell asleep that night. The next day, it didn't take very long for my turn to compete. We live right next to an airport, that's why the planes are always coming, by the way. After praying for God's help and shaking off my nerves, I found myself taking my first jump attempt. Somehow I began to move naturally as I approached the sand pit. I did my first hop, followed by a skip, then propelled myself forward for the last part of the sequence. For this first try, my jump received a mark of about 26 feet, but I didn't really know if that was a good or bad measurement. Nevertheless, I was determined to do better on my second try. For that one, my mark was 28 too. Still believing I could do better, I pushed myself even harder from the third jump and scored 30 feet and 5 inches. I was happy to hear the third mark as I showed improvement in each jump, but the number itself didn't hold any significance until my teammate ran to me. She exclaimed her school record was 30 feet 2 inches and began congratulating me. Eyes widening, I realized the school record had been broken, and again my eyes widened at the next meet when I broke it a second time. But it wasn't just breaking the best performances that thrilled me, but also the fact that I, individually, was the one to break them. Now that I've seen myself make a change by breaking a 12-year-old record, then again breaking my own record, I have the confidence to continue using my life to shatter boundaries. Years ago, if someone asked me whether I could leave a significant impact on the world, I would have shrugged my shoulders and replied, I don't know. Now my answer is a firm yes. Not only can I make a difference, but I want to make one. This is what drives my kindness toward others and my participation in an array of extracurricular activities. I've been seeking to contribute to something much greater than myself and use my life to better the world around me. Further than track records, I'm currently working as an intern for Artworks for Change, an organization that aims to use art as a means to inspire action against the world's environmental issues. In this position, alongside my leadership positions in school clubs, I've been able to organize and execute events such as a school-wide sneaker drive. Through this drive, our school athletes were able to make use of their old sports footwear by recycling them, and our school was able to make money through the God Sneakers website fundraiser. Though I love speaking eloquently, I now understand the significance of my actions above all else. This could not have been the one I sent to Cornell. Yo, like, I'm the one who wrote this 2 years ago, and I don't even really know what's going on. I feel like the concept was definitely there though. Okay, so this essay is basically the same as the first one, so I don't even know if I should read it. Cause it's like the exact same. I'm gonna see if anything is different. I mean, this part may be different. I said, whether one is attempting to brave a tough situation for years or just a couple of minutes, understanding the importance of endurance is key to succeeding in any task or endeavor. But I don't know if it actually is different. The formatting low-key might be different. Oh wait, this part is also different. For the hope section, I said, while I'm one person with limited capabilities, I'm also one person with actions that can make a difference. My identity is now rooted in Christ and His immutable values rather than feelings that come and go. I'm now driven by a much deeper and more stable hope that my life has a purpose greater than what I can currently see, and that I should be acting with such in mind. This hope impels me to work toward a better future. Okay, yeah, that was definitely more bars than the first one. And then I think this is the last sentence that is different. My biggest challenge is no longer hurling myself backward with perfect form on a spring floor. What I learned from that experience will never leave me. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's over. I'm gonna explain the formatting of and my kind of commentary on like these essays now. What I think of them now as someone who still writes, like what I think of them as a college admissions person, and then why I chose to format them the way I did. Okay, so first, looking at the gymnastics one, the introduction course, you guys have probably heard of the hook. So that's what I was trying to do, just to hook the audience in. And like, I guess I tried to like put them in my shoes, like with the first sentence, like walk into the cool and refreshing air, enjoy the sounds of floorboard spring, just like set the scene of what a normal day in gymnastics gym looks like. And then I flipped it to myself because this essay is supposed to be about you, so I would say don't spend too long trying to make it about the person reading or like appeal to them, I guess. I mean, you're trying to appeal to them because you want them to accept you, but you know what I mean. So that's why I said I'm 7 years old again in gymnastics with my life, my passion, and my biggest enemy. In this line, I was really trying to showcase how I love gymnastics, and I went there 3 times a week. I was practicing, recording videos, doing gymnastics. Like my life, this is my passion, this is what I do. But at the same time, that same thing that I love so much and I put so much time into was also really hard for me. And you know, like I'm not a good person to explain this even though it's my essay. But yeah. Okay, you know what? We're gonna end the video here. But if you guys want commentary on these essays, let me know and I'll make it like a longer form video of just explaining these. For now I won't though, just because this is supposed to be reading my college essay and I don't want to give too much commentary. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope these essays were helpful for you guys. Again, please comment if you have any questions or if you want me to, I don't know, share anything else from my college admissions process. I unfortunately don't have most of my supplemental essays because everything got deleted. Yeah, let's not talk about that. But I don't know guys, if I can help anywhere I would love to, so please, yeah, just let me know. But yeah, so actually normally, so if you stayed this long, really thank you for staying through the whole video. This is really like my first video of this format, even like talking about school. First video so far at least, but there will be more. Normally on my account I post all kinds of things, so if you want to check out any videos, there will be some that pop up on the screen. So if you want to check out any of those videos, I'd really love and appreciate it. And if you like my personality, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a part of the community here. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video, and thanks for watching again. Bye.